What is going on, guys? Today, I'm going to show you how to use ClaudeCode inside Unreal Engine 5.8. 5.8 was released earlier today, and with it came a bunch of new features, and one of them being the MCP, officially first party from Epic Games. So we're going to go over how to install that so you can just go ahead and use the terminal directly inside your editor, which is pretty exciting stuff. So in order to do this, I'm going to go ahead and create a new project. Let me switch screens real quick. We're going to go ahead and create a new project. Again, you have to use version 5.8 in order for this to work. So if you're trying to use 5.7 or anything earlier, it's not going to work, just so you know ahead of time. For this demo, I'm just going to make a BS project. You can make yours whatever you want. I'm just going to name mine delete, so I remember to delete it. The only thing I want you to note is the project location, because you are going to need that throughout this process, and simply click create. Once your project loads, the first thing we need to do is we need to go to plugins over here, and we need to get a couple things. So we're going to type in MCP, go ahead and click Unreal MCP, click yes on that, and then we're going to type in terminal as well. Spell it right for it comes up right there. And then we're gonna click yes and restart. Once restarted, you can go ahead and exit this page right here. And we just have a little bit more setup to do. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go to the output log here, and under the command, you're gonna type in exactly this command. And I'll have everything linked below. I'll have the websites we use, and I'll have every command I enter. So you can just copy and paste them and try to make your life as easy as possible. As well as that, I will also have the official Unreal documentation. So if you need a reference point to see what I'm doing or why I'm doing it, you can turn to that. Finally, in addition to that, you can see where it says ClaudeCode is one word right here at the end of this. That's because I'm using Claude today. If you're using ChatGPT or something else, you would enter that here, and you can find a list of their official names for the different LLMs inside that documentation that I linked below. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click enter on that, and you can see it's going to create a JSON folder inside my actual project, which is exactly what I needed. So cool, we're good there. Now from there, I'm going to go to edit. I'm going to go over to preferences here, and inside preferences, I'm going to come down to the MCP, which is right here, and I'm going to turn on auto start server. Excellent. Now the next thing I'm going to do is totally optional, but I'm going to come to terminal here, and I'm going to click this 3 times. And again, this is also shown inside their documentation, excuse me. And what these are going to be startup commands for the terminal. Every time you run the engine and everything starts up, it'll run these in the exact order you put them in. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste them in now. Again, you can do the same below. Real quick before we go on, I just want to point out one thing. As you can see, this right here, Z drive Unreal projects delete, that's my actual project and the root of where it's at. That's what you're putting here, not what I have put here. I'll still link it below so you have an idea of what you're doing, but that way you know that's actually the project itself and where you can find it at. All right, so cool. That's all done. This is all done. We are actually going to be done in Unreal for now. And the next thing I'm going to show you to do is we actually have to get ClaudeCode's CLI. So in order to do that, we're going to use the official Claude website. It's pretty easy, but if you've never done it before, you know, it might be a little different because it's not as easy as just clicking install. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'll link this website to you guys below, but right here, we're going to scroll down to where it says like PowerShell, Windows Command, and Linux or Mac or whatever you're using. I don't know what you're using, what system you have, so you have to pick the correct one for your system. For most Windows users, you're going to have, if you have Windows 10 or 11, you're going to have PowerShell or Command. Today, we're going to use Command just because I know everybody has Command, right? And I'm going to go ahead and copy this, and I'm going to open my Command window and get Control V just to paste it in, and then click Enter. And it's going to automatically start installing ClaudeCode for me. As you can see, right there has been built. And right there, it said a setup note, as you can see. So let's just go over it. All right, so ClaudeCode has successfully been installed. This is where it's installed, and this note is letting me know is not your path, saying, hey, this is where it's installed at. You're going to need that. Otherwise, you're never going to be able to find it when you call on this somewhere else. So this is actually an important part. So don't get overwhelmed. Just kind of follow along, okay? So I want this location. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight it and hit Control C in order to copy it, right? And then from there, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to type Windows, or I'm going to hit the Windows key and R to bring up my run window. And I need you to type this in for me. sysdm.cpl. And what this does, it brings up your system properties right here. That's all that does. It's not that crazy, right? And then from there, this is where people get a little nervous. Don't worry. Again, we're just redirecting a path. We're going to go to advanced. Under advanced, we're going to go environmental variables. Under environmental variables, make sure you're under user variables for whatever your name is. Mine's Mobes. And then we're going to go path here. And under path, we're going to simply click edit. No big deal. And then click new and Control V to paste the path we just copied from over here in. And the only thing I'm going to change is I'm going to delete the .exe, which is Claude.exe, right? So I'm just going to hit the backspace here, and we're going to get rid of that section to just the bin. And that is going to be it. We're just click OK, 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 all the way out. Now, in order to test this, if I type Claude right now, it's going to say not recognized because it doesn't automatically update and refresh. Now, if I do that, now if I type command again, I come over here, I can type in Claude, and it should tell me, hey, do you want to install Claude? Which is exactly perfect. We know it's working. So we're good to go. We can now relaunch our engine. Just a quick note, you actually have to exit everything in Epic Games altogether for this to take effect. So I have to exit the entire launcher. Now we restart. So if you just try to do it with restarting your engine, you're going to run into errors. Okay, so I've relaunched the project. Like I said, we're done. We're good to go. What we're going to do now is go to Tools and just search Terminal, and it's going to come up like that, and boom. As you can see, it's already ready to go. And the reason it's ready to go is because of those 3 commands, which are these right here, that we put in earlier. If you remember, those are going to be somewhere right here. These 3 all fired in the exact order, and it gave us this, and it's saying, hey, do you trust this folder? To which I would say, yes, I do trust the folder. Yes, I want to use this server. And it's saying, welcome to Claude right here. For shortcuts for agents and stuff, you can do it says, welcome back, Doug, because it already knows I'm logged in. If you've never used this or you're just installing it, right here where it says /effort, it's actually going to say /login. Go ahead and type /login just like this. And then you can, from there, just follow the prompts to log into your Claude account. Hook it up however you want. It's very straightforward. And from there, you're good to go. Now you can just go ahead and use it inside the engine. That's the whole process. With that said, I will say I've played with it a little bit, and it's pretty limited out of the box, but Epic did make it in a way that people can make any custom tool sets they want. That's essentially how this runs. The best way I can describe this in layman's terms for anyone can understand is this is like a toolbox, and you need tools to put in it. And they only put a few in there. So they made it that you can make your own tools to put in there. So I'm confident right now there's tons of people making things to sell you on FabStore, different tool sets that you can go ahead and hook into this. Use it. Really, those are just Python files. So if you can write in Python, you can do that. Or if you can't write in Python and maybe you're just like, I don't know how to do that, you could try generating it with some ClaudeCode yourself into a Python script and then saying, hey, I want this for a tool set, and maybe it'll work that way. I don't know. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this new update. I'm pretty excited for it. I'm very excited to see what MetaHuman did, see what we can create with that. I'm going to play with that here in about 5 minutes. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next one.